there would be nothing in the world worse than a crap Harry Potter movie, except being in a crap Harry Potter movie. So there was a lot of pressure, but you got to remember that all the crew are parents, and you know, the makeup people and all the construction people. So everybody felt the pressure, and I think everybody kind of raised their game, as they say. I think.
Were you a fan before the movie?
Huge fan.
Were you? You read it to your children?
I did.
And as you read, did you imagine the characters?
Well, you have to. Well, if you're an actor, you have to do all the voices. The children expect it.
Oh, right.
Yes, no monotones allowed. And you got to do the women as well, Daddy. So that was quite fun. And then J Rowling said in an interview that she wanted me to play Hagrid. So then, of course, my son and all his pals, it was, so you're playing Hagrid, are you? So there was a bit of pressure. I think if I hadn't done it, I would have been found dead in a ditch.
It's a lovely part, but of course, everybody, the kids have read the book, so they've got their own in their imagination what
Exactly,
Hagrid and every character's like.
Yeah.
So what did you bring to it yourself in the part itself?
He's a kind of two-sided guy, old Hagrid, because although he's half human, half giant, so not far to go there. But, thank you. But the giant side of him has sort of certain unpleasant and unpredictable characteristics, so you have to keep that hovering in the background. And I was quite determined he wasn't going to be a sentimental character. I mean, there's a difference between you know, a warm feeling character, yes, and the last thing we wanted was any sort of, you know, Disney cutesiness. You know?
Yes, yes. What about being a giant?
That's my Disney career gone now.
Absolutely. What about being the giant, though? I mean, how do you be a giant? I mean, you are a big man yourself.
I can't.
He's
well,
9 foot high.
8'6", yeah.
8'6".
8'6". Well, there's a huge difference, isn't there?
There is.
When you walk into the pub, if you're 8'6", you just get that little less respect than if you're 9 feet, don't you? It's very, very difficult technically. It involved all sorts of gizmos that had never been used before. It was fascinating, and I can't tell you anything about it.
You can't.
Well, it would kill the magic, wouldn't it?
Yeah. The thing about that film is that, I think, looking at it, is that I came to it from a point of view where I'd never read. I hadn't read the books,
right,
because I can't read them to my children. They're 37 and 40, and they leave it down. But what I was surprised by, and I'm pleased by, in a sense,
yeah,
was that it's a very adult film. In other words, adults can watch it at one level, kids another, I suppose.
Right.
And also, too, it's old-fashioned in the sense that it's about old-fashioned values. It's about family, it's about loyalty, it's about team spirit, it's about literacy. It's about all those things, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
That really you don't get too much of in movies now.
You don't get too much of. I think it's very clever that she's left out all the sort of playing with computers and Game Boys and all that kind of stuff, and said, this is...
yes, that's right.
You know, it's a whole new world, which excites children because they love magic, because they love anarchy, and they love strange, mysterious things going on. And they're much closer to their dreams than we are. They dream about flying all the time and sometimes think they can if my children are anything to go by. I think it was very wise of her to do that, because once she's into that other world, all notions of what's cool go out the window.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, that's right.
No, you don't worry, is Harry wearing the right trainers? You know, or has Hermione got the right Barbie hair clips? All that stuff goes out the way, and you're left with what children really do think about. And what children really do think about is kind of like what grown-ups think about, when the grown-ups stop worrying about whether they're wearing the right watch and the right suit and has their car got the right gizmo on it, which is friendship and loyalty, and is good more powerful than evil, something we're all thinking about a lot at the moment.
That's
so,
right. But vastly entertaining.
It's hugely entertaining, and it is a roller coaster. There's some stunning special effects. They had to invent all sorts of computer programs, which there's lots of beardy guys who are about 16 who never get to leave the screen until the Quidditch game is perfect, and then they'll let them home. It's the way they've imagined it is more or less exactly the way I imagined it, except for the Quidditch. I'd always pictured the Quidditch game from the point of view being at the ground and being a spectator and watching them flying through the air on the broomsticks. I'm sure you all know this. But what they did was they went up in the air. So it's filmed as though you were on another broomstick at 150 miles an hour doing loops. And when I went to the premiere, there's like 2,000 grown-ups all going like this. You know, it was just fantastic, you know.